This is the Washington Times front page for Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. A record 83 cargo ships sit off the coast of Southern California, awaiting offload at ports in Los Angeles and Long Beach, according to data from the Marine Exchange of Southern California. Joseph Clark reports port officials say expanding working hours are helping, and they're on track to move a record volume of goods in 2021, but they blame the persistent backlog of ships on kinks upstream in the supply chain. The Marine Exchange said September through November is always busy for the ports, which receive 40% of the nation's containerized imports. But as stores stock up for the holidays, they say this year's backup is unprecedented. U.S. officials say Russia has tested a major anti-satellite weapon in space, creating more than 1,500 pieces of debris and potentially endangering American and Russian astronauts aboard the International Space Station. U.S. Space Command first confirmed the debris-generating event, Ben Wolfgang reports, and Biden administration officials later said the test involved a direct ascent anti-satellite missile that blew apart one of Russia's own satellites. Top American military leaders said the test was not only reckless and dangerous, but also signaled clearly that Russia is developing a strategy to defeat the United States in space. Space technology is critical for the communications and surveillance systems on which modern armies and navies rely. A new $390 billion universal preschool plan is one of the most expensive and extensive proposals in President Biden's $1.75 trillion social spending and climate bill. White House correspondent Jeff Murdoch looks at the details of the provision. It would offer preschool to every 3- and 4-year-old in the United States and is modeled off of the Head Start program. Supporters of universal preschool, also known as universal pre-kindergarten, say there's many benefits, including closing the educational gap for low-income families, boosting workforce participation rates among parents, and better preparing children for the classroom. Critics, however, point to the persistent poor performance of Head Start, which currently costs $10 billion a year to operate. A handful of independent studies, including one by Vanderbilt University, show that by third grade, there's no discernible difference between those who participated in the program and those who didn't. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. If you don't have access to the Times yet, you can visit WashingtonTimes.com/George and get 25% off your annual subscription. Democratic Party officials insist they're ready for the debate over education after anger from parents helped Republicans win key elections in Virginia this month. Seth MacLachlan reports Democrats say what happened in Virginia was a fluke and that they'll fight for the parent vote in the 2022 midterm elections. A Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee spokesperson said Democrats have plenty to say to education-minded voters, including being the party that safely reopens schools. Republicans believe those voters, however, have shifted to their side, beginning with school closures during the coronavirus pandemic and now extending to debates over curriculum in the classroom. And finally, the European Union has announced it will sanction airlines that arrange special deals to fly Middle Eastern migrants into Belarus in recent months. The announcement, Guy Taylor reports, comes after European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen accused Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko of engineering the migrant surge into Poland and Lithuania as part of a hybrid attack against the EU. Analysts claim that Belarus's goal was to foment EU political divisions over immigration and destabilize Poland and Lithuania. Belarusian officials dismissed the EU allegations. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and follow us for free on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Just search Washington Times. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.